Look, it was clearly unprofessional of Manchester United to recall Enrique, but they're an unprofessional club, aren't they? We expect nothing less. But look, I've been on the phone to Newcastle, and they've decided to help us out. You know, for once, they're giving us a player rather than taking one.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to your run on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 10, Episode 8, and today we have Champions League knockout football. You can see the draw there. We have got Monaco, which is, honestly, as good as we could have got. I wanted a French side, and we got one. So that is that. Now we're also going to play Varazdin. Varazdin. I always get those two confused. I think there's a history of them having the same name. But anyway, that's who we're playing in the league first up. But we have made a signing to replace Enrique at left wing back. And this is him here. It's Dario Di Dominicano. And now we've signed him to be, we told Newcastle was going to be playing as a left winger. So that's a bit of a lie as well. But they can't recall at the end of the season, so it's fine. He is, in a different way, as good, if not better, than who do we lose? Enrique. He's a better attacking player. Now, we're probably looking for someone for Europe. And, yeah, I mean, he's not going to be a better defensive player in Europe, but offers us a bit more of an attacking threat. And given that the wing-backs are our width, maybe that's a good thing. So, he's played in Newcastle's first team. Not too many times, obviously. That's why he's loaned out. But, yeah, we'll see what we get from Enrique. From Di Dominicano. He's our new wing-back to the end of the season. Now, there's two games to catch you up on. The first of those, both of these in the league, was against Slaven Belupo. So let's go see how we did there. We took the lead when Torres picked out Mazzolani. But Slaven pulled level late on, before going ahead moments later. Only for Di Dominicano to pick out Palumbo in stoppage time. So what about the volley from Palumbo at the end there? Absolutely stunning stuff from, I think he's the captain, but anyway, it was the captain's knock if he's not. Yeah, 92nd minute, having thrown away a 1-0 lead. It's just chaos. The last 5 minutes and then stoppage time was just chaos. So, yeah, I mean, I guess disappointed not to win, but happy to draw, if that's a possible thing. So that was that. Next up, it was bottom of the table, Istra, that we faced. We took a first half lead when Siraj found Di Dominicano unmarked. But Istra pulled level late on. So we just got FM'd in this one, massively so. We had so many chances, couldn't take any of them. Lacko got injured. He's going to be missing for the next couple of weeks, which is not ideal, but we can work around it. We have options. And yeah, it was just, we didn't take chances, and we paid the price in the end with a silly penalty. So that's that. 4 drop points. Let's have a look at what that's done to the league table. And coming into this game against Varazdin, who are struggling themselves, although in all likelihood safe. Yeah, it's a 3-point gap now. We've had our gap halved, and we're not necessarily playing badly, but we're not taking chances, and that is, when you're conceding goals as well, a recipe for disaster. But Varazdin it is, we're expecting a 4-4-2 out of them, and this is the team we're sending out very much with an eye on the game against Monaco. Now, I've noticed just there that Sanchez had come back from injury. We might leave him out of this one. So it's Pinter in goal, it's Skolabar, Crespi, and Taninsky, so a bit of a backup full defensive situation there, except we've promised you first team football, so you can go in Monsalvo and play Kovacic and Kovacek. That's not going to be confusing. It's going to be the width. Raz and Zinko, a bit of a new look midfield duo there. We're trying out with Skoko, Mazzolani and Madzar as the front two. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognize any former players in there? I don't think we do. And what do we say to this? I am, put on a show. I'm sort of torn between, I think that we've got a couple of problems right now. One is, I'm not sure if I should be taking the pressure off them or putting demanding a performance, which is a bit of a tricky situation when you don't know what you're doing on that front. I think the other problem we have is with just the winter break and not really playing that much in Europe. No, obviously, Cup. I think what we're getting is a situation where the guys that are sort of first choice and playing all the time are fine. They're match fit, match sharp, all that kind of stuff. But I think below that, we're just struggling a little bit to give everybody game time. Now we've got friendlies that we're trying to play in as well. but I think there's so many players. I always try and make sure that the younger players are playing in friendly so that they develop. But then someone like, say, a Zinko, a Skoko, those sorts of players, Kovacic is twisted and turned, and then he's got a penalty. Well, we'll get it, or has he? It's sort of 50-50 when they go over to the screen, it seems, isn't it? But yeah, so I just think maybe we're just a little bit, just lacking match sharpness and all that kind of stuff, and no penalty is given. So do we get the ball back with the fractured defense there, or we're just gonna? It's annoying. There's no good way around doing that, is there? But yeah, so we'll see. We're just in that a little bit of a funk in the league where, yeah, like I say, we're not playing badly, and that's almost worse because it's hard you can't really ream the players out for playing badly. At least if you're playing badly, getting hammered, then you can have a go at them. When the performances aren't bad and it's just finishing, other than sort of doing, chance conversion training and things like that, there's not a great deal you can do. Now, I've sort of been playing around with the tactics a little bit as well, trying to figure out the best way to get us to play, and I'll be honest, I'm struggling a little bit on that front as well. I'm assuming what has happened is that teams are this is what's happened. Teams are playing differently against us because we've won the league a couple of times and are doing well in Europe. And speaking of doing well in Europe, there's a chance here for Kovacic. I thought that was going in. Just to go off onto another tangent, and we'll wheel back at some point to what my original thought was, and I remember what that was. Teams in Europe, 4 of the 5 got out of the league phase. We obviously got out in the Champions League. Aussie got out in the Europa League, and 2 of the 3 in the Conference League got out, and Mazzolini's hit the post. And then Kovacic with a beautifully weighted back pass to the goalkeeper. So that's great news. That is really good news for the league. If we can get a little bit of a run going, not only are we a chance of overtaking Portugal, but potentially Turkey ahead of them as well. So it doesn't make that much difference in terms of, it's a downward header, and Mazzolini off of Zinko's corner gives us a lead late in the first half. Excellent work. That's obviously going to be good, helping the league move up the coefficients. Doesn't make too much difference in terms of qualification places. I think the Europa League would get a guaranteed league phase, which is good, obviously, but that's not really, hopefully anyway, going to affect us too much. But it helps the league, obviously, reputationally improve, which will help the players that we can assign and keep as well. There's a good little move, and Skoko just brushes the roof of the net. Let's praise them. We're finishing the half well. Half-time may well come at a bad time for us. What I was saying is that I do try and give the young players, when we're playing the friendlies, I try and make sure that they're starting games so that they develop as best as possible for us. Now, I have been saying, don't get complacent. I'm wondering if we go with the same thing. What I've noticed in those last 2 games, and possibly the ones before that, though I struggle to remember that long back, is second half we've looked quite nervous, like body language wise we've started to look nervous. So maybe it's the halftime team talk that's getting or letting me down rather than the pre-game one. So I think match sharpness I think is perhaps just a small issue for us, but it's not. I mean, like I say, draws are almost the worst because you're dropping points, but it's hard to ream players out for that necessarily. Let's get Holt on for some fresh legs on the left side there. Di Dominicano has been registered in the Champions League squad, as that is over the top from Monsalvo. He'll start against Monaco. Skoko's not having a great game, and it wasn't a terrible pass, just no one there for it. Zinko to Skolabar. Skolabar to Raz, can he pull it back across goal? He can, and it's a tap-in for Madza. His 10th of the season. He is just developing beautifully, isn't he? And, just every season, we can see, can't we, the improvement. He's getting better in front of goal, taking his chances, getting more chances and taking those. And he's having the sort of career I thought probably Turkic would have had if he didn't get injured all the time in those first couple of seasons. So let's take Skoko off for Siraj, perhaps. I don't think Siraj is going to play in Europe. I haven't completely decided who's going to play there yet. Raz could possibly do with coming off as well. For Bosniak, I can get on board with that. we might use Raz in Europe, so it's probably good to give him a bit of a rest. And what is going to become of this highlight? Kovacic is back there. Monsalvo, Holt. Nice ball through the middle there. Skoko to Monzoleni. Monzoleni to Madzar. Madzar in front of goal. Oh, that's a stunning finish from Sven Madzar. His 11th of the season. He's 2nd of the game. And, I mean, the composure in that finish. Nicely played out as well. Good off-the-ball movement. It's a really, like, just technically... Oh, that finish. Technically, that's a brilliant goal, isn't it? Pass, move, and then the chippy, dinky finish. Lovely stuff. So we'll praise them. We've made some changes. That's going to be 2 stoppages down. And the only other thing we might want to do is give Dovasar or Perso maybe a game. Oh, a bit late now to make a difference. So we'll just keep everybody fresh on the bench then. The kids are into the next round. They won their first knockout round in the Champions League, so they're into the whatever knockout round comes next. They seem to play 27,000 rounds of knockout football in the Youth Champions League. But that's been much better. Hopefully I've learned, I've stumbled across something here half time. Just tell them, go out there and, basically dominate again. But yeah, really solid performance, that one. That makes me feel a bit better, because I was just getting a little, I wouldn't say panicky, but certainly frustrated after those last 2 league draws. So we were the early kickoff, but that does give us a little bit of breathing space again. And I believe Hajduk is playing Dinamo. So somebody's dropping points there. Either a Dinamo win or a draw would be ideal for us, I think, wouldn't it? So there we go, a nice return to league action on the channel. An improved deal for Meds. I mean, it's difficult to say no, isn't it? He has had some interest as well. Well, if we can keep him at that, then that's good, because he'll want less money, one, and also there's a chance that he will be happy with less game time. So what did he initially want? Something like that. We'll see if we can get rid of that. We'll give you your bonuses. And there we go there. And let's say that. What's your problem? I don't want you for 2 years, mate. I want you for more than that. All right, let's pay him a little bit more and try and get the 4-year deal locked in. 3-year deal, 2.7. There we go. So anyway, wait there. We'll be back for European football next, and that is, of course, against Monaco. First leg is going to be at home, isn't it? Because we were the unseeded side. All right, welcome back. We're getting ready to face Monaco, but not great news, because Sanchez has handed in a transfer request, as has Siraj. They both want moves away. I'm going to do my very best to try and keep these players, but it is starting to take an effect on dynamics. You can see club atmosphere is down to average now, and we've still got a scroll going on this issues list. So, yeah, I'm slowly losing control of the dressing room here, but we're going to do our best, as I said. Let's see. Monaco is our best chance we're going to have for a little while, I'd say, to get into the next round here. We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. Again, everybody's inverted and inside, so we'll be trying to trap them on the outside. This is the team we're sending out. It is Pinter in goal. It is Sanchez, who wants to leave. Monsalvo, who's unhappy. And Butchman, who is happy but not playing very well. Torres and Di Dominicano will be the width. Then we've got Sithole, Palumbo, Montel, Mazzoleni, and Bertic as the rest of the team. Alright, so Rafa Marquez is their manager, and do we recognise any names there? Some of you may do. I don't think anything's jumping out at me necessarily. Alright, so put on a show. Let's see if we can go with that again. Yeah, like I say, it is just a good chance for us to get through, isn't it? So yeah, let's just see if we can do it. Now we'll make this first call for Viewers Player of the Year, because often our seasons can wrap up quite quickly, and I feel like I don't give you guys enough of a chance to get nominations in, especially if you're not watching sort of the day. If you're just a day or two behind catching up, then you might unfortunately miss out. So this way, everyone has a chance over the weekend to catch up and get your nominations in. We will hopefully have a bit of a run in Europe, so it's not going to be an urgent thing before we vote. If you're wondering about the league game, Dinamo beat Hajduk 2-0. So that means we've got a 6-point gap over both of them, which isn't bad. If they'd have drawn, we would have had a 5-point gap over Hajduk. So arguably it is the best result that we could have got, because it gives us the biggest lead in the title race. So that is obviously on that front very good news. Now, we have loaned out 1 or 2 players as well. Our transfer deadline day is today in game, so that I have nothing, no bids in or anything, so I'm not expecting anything to happen. But Tomaszek, the left winger, I've loaned him out to Bordeaux. I'm increasingly thinking we're just going to need to sell him because, yeah, I mean, this is the thing, we could play with wingers, but we don't have, well, we've got the 2 young guys that both are left-sided. It would just be a big change of the way. I mean, and I could do it over a summer. You know, I could reshape the squad. But, yeah. The other thing that's sort of in the back of my mind is that at least the last 2, I think, Impossible Dreams, we've played the same formation. So playing a bit of a different way is maybe a bit exciting to watch as well, a bit more exciting to watch. But yeah, we just in this, as Jarun, we have just never played with wingers. And I can see where it offers us something different, and maybe we should try it. That was a bit of a hospital pass for Sithole. But yeah, so anyway, what I'm trying to do is get the best transfer fee I can for him, basically. Bertic, back to Sithole. Sithole to Di Dominicano. He gets a cross into Torres. It's in! Hugo Torres! In the 33rd minute, has given us a 1-0 lead in the Champions League. First knockout round. And... well, we just pinged it around nicely, didn't we? Nice little movement out wide. Bertic is sort of drifting and then drifting back in, I think, was quite crucial in that. And then Hugo Torres, he's back. The last couple of games, he has been much better. There was something that happened where I think he came to me complaining about his starting time or something, like during the winter break. And I can't remember exactly what the scenario was, and I probably should have made a note of it to sort of tell the story correctly, as Di Dominicano can't quite get to that. Palumbo, Bertic is offside, I hope not, but it doesn't matter, of course he's hit the post. But yeah, anyway, since then, he's been much, it's been the old Hugo Torres, so for whatever reason, he just needed a bit of a whinge, maybe. So, yeah, that is that. We're happy. Do we keep it going second half? Let's keep going with keep the show going kind of thing. Show everybody the praise is justified. And yeah, I mean, if we can keep a clean sheet here, then that's obviously a good thing. We have a lead going to France. Ideally, we probably want a second goal to feel a bit more comfortable. I'm not sure if Lacko is going to be back for the second leg or not. So that may or may not be a problem. Lacko has been quite a good scorer for us in Europe this season. Let's try and demand more. Bertic just looking nervous now. So let's get Madzar. Let's get Madzar on for him. Montel is not having a great game. Montel was playing well for us, I think, as a Mazzella, wasn't he? So let's do that. Dropping back to support. Let's get Palumbo. He can get forward, can't he? So that might work for us. Just a little tweak. See how that goes. I mean, we appear to have defended fairly well, because to this point, they've not really... I can't remember them having a highlight where they threatened us. Mazzoleni to Torres. Can Torres pick out a pass? We've got players getting forward. Just don't want to give the ball away here. Butchman. Torres may have been offside there, was he? Back to Butchman. We're just getting in each other's way a tad here. Other side. Sanchez. No, we got Sithole. Sithole to Sanchez. Excuse me. Palumbo. Great ball for Madzar. Madzar! Oh! Is it a corner? It's a cracking save. All right, Palumbo now. Can he find one of the big centre-backs? Goalkeeper comes for it, gets it. And that is that. Do we have a second goal for someone in a Jarun shirt here? All right, Montel's not having a great game. Away, please. Let's get Hazim Raz on, and we might just get him on the break here. Madzar's streaming forward. He's got Mazzoleni with him. And we just lost the momentum there, didn't we? It's still there for us, though. Mazzoleni, he's got Madzar in the middle. Madzar in the middle. It's another good save, is it? Oh, the goalkeeper is having the game of his life. Hazim Raz is another aerial threat for though when we get forward now. Let's keep praising us. We're doing really, really well. If we could just get that second goal. And I don't think it would be undeserved, would it? We're into stoppage time. Is there going to be a second goal in it? It doesn't look like there is. Oh, don't. Oh, away again. Domenicano is there. He can't quite get to it. It is going to be bad news, is it? Oh. Has it been ruled out? It has been ruled out. Oh, it hasn't been ruled out yet. Come on, VAR. It's going to stand. It's not going to stand. Oh, never in doubt. Oh, that was... He is offside, isn't he? He's off. Oh, you'd want to shoot him if you're his manager. What's he doing offside? And it was really their only chance of the game, wasn't it? But we've got away with it. We take a lead with us to France. Well, technically we're going to Monaco, I guess, aren't we? But, well, we're every chance of getting through this now. So, Jarun edge tight Monaco contest. It was... I don't know. I don't feel like we were valued for that win. So, we'll go to the second leg. And as long as we don't lose, then we're going to be into the... It would be, what, the round of 16 at that point, wouldn't it? And that's where it does get a little scary. But anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We'll come back for the second leg against Monaco. And then, hopefully, the first leg of the next one. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens in the Monaco game first, won't we? Take care.